Ah, yes, it's the time of year where people in commercials buy cars without telling their significant others like complete psychopaths. SNL already nailed this one very well. I get home to find a note on the refrigerator that says I'm leaving and I'm taking the kids. Me unplugs fridge from power outlet. You're not going anywhere, you piece of shit. I feel so smart when I'm on Twitter. The bar is so low on here. Man, this was back in 2019, dude. Those were magical days. I know Twitter was always a dumpster fire of crap. Always has been. Always will be. That's social media for you. However, when you compare it to now, 2019 was probably the freaking golden era. My 12-year-old is into scary movies but complained they aren't scary enough. So we just watched The Descent. And wow, you don't always know when you f**k up as a parent, but this was a big one. What? Yeah, come on, man. It's not scary enough. Oh, I'll show you what scary enough is. See, you have to work them into the horror genre. You can't start with The Descent. You need to start with a bad horror movie that's kind of fun. You know what? Beautiful example, The Final Girls. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. I think one of the best, genuinely, that's been made. Go watch The Final Girls. I think that one's pretty good. I mean, not for like a 12-year-old, of course. I'm thinking like late teens. 15, 16, whatever. Start getting them into horror at that point. But don't start with The Descent. All right, let's see. Do you find yourself saying Bill or Beak more? Literally, it's just this. Let's see. And asked to name them either Boba or Kiki. Almost unanimously, people named the one with sharp edges Kiki and the one with round edges Booba or Boba or whatever. It's a very interesting insight into how languages are formed. I mean, yeah, over on the Pie Holes channel, we kind of did that. We were just like naming images in our most recent video. And yeah, I can absolutely see naming conventions coming down to the sharpness. What was the moment when this happened in your life? When I realized nobody knows what they're doing. It's idiots all the way up. You don't need permission or qualifications or expertise. You can literally just do things. I will say that's mostly true. However, if I'm, say, trying to apply for a job of any kind, and I'm not talking about foundational type work or like being a doctor or anything like this. I'm talking about like, I want to go work at a news station and operate the camera. I don't think you should have to have $100,000 in student debt to do that. I feel like the guy that already does it can absolutely train you in a few weeks on how to do that. I've been taught how to operate a broadcast camera, but you can't. You're not allowed to. They won't let you. They're never going to hire for it. And if they do, they want to see some shit that like I get the idea here. But when you like start trying to just do stuff not alone in a way that can sustain you in life, you're going to hit not a wall of diamond, that's for sure. Today, a coworker said he challenged himself to old school Google something instead of using ChatGPT, and that he used to be really good at Googling, and it was hard for him because he only uses ChatGPT now. He said this out loud in a meeting. Man, that's worse than some of those tweets where guys will just sort of admit that they're bad at sex. You couldn't like torture this information out of me. Genuinely, being medium ugly is lit. Like, people have to like you for you, but then some chicks think you really fine, but you ugly enough to keep yourself humble. Smooth sailing. I don't know where I fall on this apparent spectrum you've invented of ugly to, I'm guessing, super hot, right? I know what I would rate myself out of 10 here. I've always thought of myself as a 3, I need to keep my head down there, okay? I think medium ugly is 99% of the planet, and then the others go on to use that pretty privilege to become billionaires or some shit. I love when pets just make up rules, and their humans are like, oh, fine. My cat has a bedtime, and he won't go to sleep until we do. Every night at 10:30, he starts trying to herd us up the stairs. And now we, 2 grown-ass humans, adhere to the bedtime of a 12-pound cat. I mean, I feel like that's just normal, man, especially if it's a cat, right? The dogs don't really adhere to any rules. They're vibing all the time, right? They don't really have a structure. But the cats absolutely seem to. I know a lot of cats are very aloof in that, and, anyway, sorry, my brain is trailing off. I'm finding it hard to focus today, but I'm doing my damned best. You had better listen to the cats. Just do that. Listen to the cats. They know way more than we do about everything. Designer CustXM Studios brought the Apple Wallet to life. The colored parts are supposed to be the cards. They are, yes. I actually scrolled past this one on my own, and that is absolutely true. The colored bits are supposed to be the cards. However, if you're going to design the Apple Wallet like this and make it stand out, obviously you can't do that, because then it would just be a white wallet. See, this is why most people shouldn't be designers. This guy wanted me to invite y'all to his cigarette party next week. Come smoke a cigarette with me. Friday, November 21st, right now. 2 p.m. p.m. to 2:05 p.m. I'll be by the corner of Waverly Place and University Place. Free SIG if you RSVP. 21 plus. I'll check. Okay, man. Can we get a follow-up on this, though? Because I am recording this on the 21st, so I expect to see a whole slew of photographs of this little cigarette party that he started, okay? Also, what the hell is it with... I'm assuming this is in New York. I would have to assume this is a Manhattan thing because it seems like whenever something like this does occur, it's in New York. Like, what the hell? I don't know why you guys are so bored that you do this crazy shit. You live in the coolest city in the world or whatever, you know? Why you guys doing cigarette parties and stuff? You got Central Park. Just look at stuff. Just hang out, have a donut or a hot dog. Why are there so many scenarios where there's 4 characters and 3 of their names are similar or rhyme? Like, who the hell decided that the 4th Pac-Man ghost should be called Clyde? Right. I can't think of any others, though. The only other thing I could think of off the top of my head was potentially Donald Duck's nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, but there's not a 4th where his name is just Philip, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know about the so many scenarios. I can't think of any, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna make you guys do the work again. So, if you can think of a 4-character group where 3 are the same and one of them is really weird and doesn't match with the other 3, comment them down below. Got flagged by airport security because my son had a magic 8-ball in his backpack. 2 TSA agents debated whether it was okay. My husband said, if only we had a simple way to answer a yes or no question. Crickets. It's because no one has a sense of humor. Everyone's got to take their job way too seriously and just, like, really? A magic 8-ball that a child has? Really? If this scenario did happen, I feel like those TSA agents need to take a vacation and pull they heads out they asses big time. Okay, come on. It's a toy with a liquid that is sealed inside. What do you think, they hid like a gun in there? And the kid's gonna pop it open, pull out like a frickin' 12-gauge shotgun from a goddamn magic 8-ball? I love security theater. It's so fun. Dispatch writer regrets cutting sex scenes. Get Aaron Paul's ass back in that studio and have him moan on the mic now. No, I think we're good. You know how cool it is to see Charlie give a pretty sick performance as Sonar? That's really cool, man. So hats off to our boy Critical, or Penguin Zero. Man shows eclipse to fish. Imagine being ripped out of your comfortable life by a higher being and getting exposed to the glory of the cosmos and then immediately getting put back. Okay, Alan Wake. It's funny, but I'm sure this fish just went back to glubbing it up, looking for some fish bitches, hanging out at the fish bar. Hey, if it helps, at least the PS3 and Nintendo Wii aren't turning 20 years old this year. Yeah, they both turn 20 years old next year. Yeah, I'm gonna die. I'm dead inside. What Kermit the Frog is called in different countries. Kermit, Japan. That one's really cool because Japan. Kermit, Gustavo. Okay, now that one I actually didn't see coming. Why Gustavo the Frog? Are we for real on that? We're not gonna workshop that name around a little bit more, maybe? We're just stuck there? We're just gonna stay there? Update. I've outgrown my position at Cloudflare and am currently looking for my next opportunity. Attaching a CV. We have intern at CrowdStrike full-time for a day. We have Vibe Coder at Amazon Web Services full-time for a day. And then we have Vibe Coder at Cloudflare for a day. You know, not bad, dude. You've got a hell of a resume. Boy dinner. We've got raw beef, a pickle. I don't know what the hell is underneath that candle. Red Bull and a gun. I love pictures like this because you just know that immediately after this was taken, the person who took it was like, all right, I've got my unhinged meme photograph. Now I have to put the raw meat back in the fridge and the gun back in the safe. I might eat the pickle, though. I mean, of course you're gonna eat the pickle, dude. You're not gonna eat the raw beef unless you're one of those psychos that thinks that it's better for you on TikTok or some shit like that. Sketches for unannounced project. That looks crazy cool. Please keep that project unannounced. I'm scared. I'm not. What the f is going on? Is this for a book? You had to be there. Okay, so we have Twilight, Hunger Gunger, Harry Potty, Lightning Thief. What are you? And is that Maze Runner? Bottom right? I don't know what bottom left is. I'm not cultured enough. You did just have to be there, I guess. What pop culture dominant book to movie adaptation do teenagers even have now? Is Jesus fighting people? Jesus, 6 o'clock, parking lot. Hell yeah, he is. He's back and he's mad. Time to square up with Jesus. Who's coming? Do you guys think we could take Jesus? How many of us do you think it would take to beat Jesus up if he showed up again? You know what I mean? My job as the 6'3" male nurse is to be available when some creepy pervert patient tries telling the cute new grad nurses and aides that he can wash every part of himself except his privates. Hello, sir. I hear you've requested assistance getting washed up. Oh, good. The tweet that's blowing up is the one about me washing nuts. You knew that was gonna happen, though. When you tweeted this, you knew that it was gonna happen. All right? Come on. You know you love it. You know you love it. Choking on your own spit is so humiliating because people go, oh my God, are you okay? And you have to be like, yeah, I just f***ed up being alive real bad for a second there. If poop were a sort of living bug that crawled out of your butthole, toilet water would probably be scalding hot so as to kill it quickly. This is the first true shower thought I think I've seen in a decade. Utterly insane, beautiful. You win the blue ribbon of shower thoughts. Will you push this button? 1% chance of becoming a billionaire, 99% chance of becoming a girl. I press the button, but nothing happens. I press it again, and still nothing happens. I press it 3 more times before sighing at my flat chest. Before I start thinking that this button is a profound statement about gender, I look at my bank account. $5 billion. Damn, not bad. Not bad. Happy 81st birthday to the legendary Danny DeVito. I thought he was in his 50s. He's 81? For some strange reason, Danny DeVito is one of those guys that has been 54 years old for the last 40 years. If you just won $30 million and your mom's left eye surgery cost $29 million, what you gonna do? Buying her a Lamborghini and an eye patch. Let's ride, Nick Fury. Yeah, left eye. I'm sorry, dude. I feel like she would be like, left eye? I don't give a fuck about my left eye. They can have that thing. We're gonna go ride in style, dude. Customer, I'd like to buy a bagel with cream cheese. Me? Sorry, we only take cash. Manager, can I talk to you, dude? Can we have a conversation? Lost in translation, us very tone deaf in how it shows Japan, and the biggest issue is its central plot. It is how 2 people cheat on their partners. The age gap is also a bit of a problem. A lot of people just can't handle media. They just shouldn't be allowed shows, films, games, comics. I know they don't read books, so that's fine. They should just subsist on a diet of simple sensory projects like mittens or packs of printer paper. God. Oh, shut the f up. Fun fact, Lady Dimitrescu's ass has more polygons than the entirety of Resident Evil 1. Amazing how far video games have come. Also, yes, it is Dimitrescu. She says it out loud. She says it out loud when she chases you. Dimitrescu. She says it. I don't know why everybody still says Dimitrescu or Dimitrescu. It's Dimitrescu. She says it! The United States penny has died. It was 232. He was a kid. It's died, but they're gonna be in circulation for hundreds of more years unless the United States government does like some kind of buyback program, okay? You know, because it is currency that is still valuable. No one's giving it away for free, even if they've only got 4 of them. You know what I mean? Daniel, 317. After breakup, what happens next? That's pretty good. Pro tip, when you sign up for anything online, put the website's name as your middle name. Now, when you receive spam, you will know who sold your data. I kind of like this idea. I'm gonna give it a try. Today, I used a wire I've kept in my box of cable since 2011. Please applaud. Now imagine this. A Japanese guy really into American culture learns English through Family Guy and constantly speaks like Peter Griffin. I mean, that would be kick-ass though, right? Dude, isn't there like a huge group of Japanese fans of King of the Hill, you know? And they argue about whether the sub or the dub is like the best option. You know what I mean? Shakira says people were just watching and not doing anything when her bag was stolen by wild boars in Barcelona. I too would also be standing in stunned silence if I saw a wild boar steer a bag from international pop superstar Shakira. Like, what the f am I supposed to do about it? Movie theaters are trying everything to bring audiences back, from pickleball to cocktail bars. How about not charging me $13 for a small drink with no refill? Dispatch devs have no interest in using AI to replace voice actors or game development. AI feels like a production solution, not a creative one. Maybe it's a creative one if you aren't creative. Whatever we're building, it has to connect. It's got to be made by people. It's got to connect to people. Yes, we're not getting up every morning and talking to ourselves like, hey, what if we did this with less people? What's the lowest number of people we can use to make this thing? This is not like anything that we're too concerned with, okay? Thank God. I'm so tired of everything having to be as cheap as possible, or as, well, we don't want to distribute the money between too many people. Let's keep it small so we get bigger bonuses, okay? Printers and computers treat each other like they broke up the night before and you're their mutual friend. My new theory: sea and sky, earth and life. They are gods. You are the player. Wake up. I'm humping the ground next time I play Minecraft. Ah, there it is. Today is the 9th anniversary of the day Maggie stole an entire pecan pie and got drunk from all the sugar. Happy purloined pecan pie day from our family to yours. Aw, poor baby. Model cucumber. Is it though? Is it a model cucumber? Is that the most logical thing for it to be? Come on, model cucumber, dude? Can't beat this as an author bio. About Dave Pilkey. It is Dave still, right? It's not Dov. When Dave Pilkey was a kid, he suffered from ADHD, dyslexia, and behavioral problems. Dave was so disruptive in class that his teachers made him sit out in the hall every day. Fortunately, he loved to draw and make up stories. He spent his time in the hallway creating his own original comic books. In the second grade, Dave Pilkey created a comic book about a superhero named Captain Underpants. His teacher ripped it up and told him he couldn't spend the rest of his life making silly books. Fortunately, Dave was not a very good listener. Do teachers, are they still like this bad? Like, the world has changed so much in the arts and creativity. I mean, putting aside generative AI garbage and all that shit, because you need to for every one of these conversations. Like, when I started making YouTube videos, like 12, 13 years, no, actually it's been almost 15 years since I started making YouTube videos, right? Back when I started making money on the internet, that was crazy. Like, no, absolutely not. You're a fucking liar. You can't make money off of YouTube. You're an idiot. You need to go to college and learn how to do math forever, right? Are teachers still like this now, or do they understand that more avenues have opened up to create and live off of your creations? Because I know why teachers 30 years ago would be like, nah, dude, what, you want to make little videos? Like, think about when Mega 64 started. They started, what, 21, 22 years ago? They predate YouTube. They had to use public access television, like networks and studios and stuff to make videos, but it panned out for them, and I'm sure that their family, their teachers, and their other friends were like, dog, I don't know what the f you see in this, but you can't just do this forever. Actually, you're stupid. You're wrong. I'm gonna make you look like an idiot, okay? You're gonna be a big poo-poo head, a big doo-doo face. That's what you're gonna be. Well, by the time I'm done, do you think this is like them seeing their equivalent of a gnome? Never thought about it like that, but I'm gonna think about it like that forevermore. Why is the save button in Excel depicted as a vending machine with a purchased drink at the bottom? This question is currently being discussed by young Japanese people on a forum. That's really good. I've never heard that one ever. I have heard the inverse though, where someone picked up a floppy disk and went, why is this a save icon? Making Bowser the painter is a very cute idea. As you can see, I've depicted you as the virgin skeleton and myself as the Chad. Was on a flight today. Pilot cracked a few jokes before liftoff. Woman in first class thought he might have been drunk. Had to return to gate to get breathalyzed. 90-minute delay. I've been trying to think about this one for a little while. I'd be a little pissed because just because someone makes jokes and has a sense of humor doesn't mean they're drunk. Let's see. Can we have this button on Pinterest, please? Can we have this button everywhere? That would be great. I don't think it would work though.